Hello students, welcome back our geography class. Chapter 7 Human Settlements Part 2. Last class we have learnt about the human settlement, different types of human settlements. And today in this part we are going to learn about the urbanization in India and Brazil. So in this part we are going to learn about urbanization in India, the percentage of total population, total urban population in India and Brazil, and which all areas we can see urbanization in India and Brazil. So you know that how an area is becoming an urban area. Suppose in a village or a region a factory is set up, then associated that or to later that one, related to that factory which all people are working or the laborers or the related to that workers will start to set up surrounding that factory, and for export and import purpose, trade, commerce, industries, everything will develop, and transportation, communication, this all will develop. Then that area will develop like an urban area. Urban population is increasing according to the expansion of urban cities and the towns, trade, industry, commerce, education facilities, health facilities. These all facilities will lead for the development of urbanization. So in India, urban population, if you are comparing to the urban population to the total population in India, it is less. The urban population in India is less. In the year 1961, the urban population was 18%. But in the year 2011, the percentage of urban population it was 31.2%. Urbanization we can see mainly in the southern states of India and the northern part of India. So it's because of the facilities available here, and which all regions, like we can take an example like Goa, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, they all are coastal regions. So what are the reasons for these all? We have already learned that a lot of factors are affecting to the settlement of human or the population settlement, like climate, transport, trade, communication facilities, low-lying region or the plains are the main factors. So because of that, we can see in the southern states of India more urbanization or urban population we can see. Now let us study the graph which is given in our textbook. So students, you can see the percentage of urban population which is shown in the graph from the year 1961 to 2011. So if you are observing this one in this graph, we can understand that in the year 1960, 61 and all, the percentage of urban population it was 18%, and after in the year 1971, after 10 years, the percentage was increased only 0.2%. But after 10 years, in the year 1981, the percentage of urban population was 23.3%, and in the year 1991 it is 25.7%, and in 2001 the percentage of urban population was 27.8, and in the year 2011 the percentage of urban population is 31.2%. If you are observing this graph, you can understand that the percentage of urban population in India, it is increasing or it is increasing continuously, but it is the growth rate is very slow. That means in the year 1961 it was 18.0%, but in the year 2011 it was 31.2%. So if you are seeing here the trend of Indian urbanization, it is slow, but it is increasing slow. That means it is increasing slowly. The rate of urbanization is comparatively lower in India, and in the year 2011 the rate of urbanization was only 31.2%. The Indian subcontinent has a long history since ancient times, since ages of the population of this country is living in river basins, on plateaus and mountains. Indraprastha, Mithila, Varanasi, Harappa, Mohenjo-daro, Ujjain, Patan were the earlier urban settlements. So I hope all of you understood the urban population, how it is increasing in our India. It is slowly but it is continuously increasing. Now we are going to see or to learn the urbanization or urban population in Brazil. In the earlier times, the Europeans started to settle in the coastal regions of Brazil, and slowly it started to develop. That means the coastal region started to develop. So in the last chapter, we have studied that a lot of cities, and if you are observing the map of Brazil, we can see more population or population is concentrated in the eastern part, especially the southeastern part of Brazil. And we learned there like most densely populated states like Rio de Janeiro, Sao Paulo, etc. So what are the reasons? There are several factors which is affecting to it, like climate, fertility of the soil, low-lying land, communication and transportation facilities, climate, etc. are the main reasons for that. 86% of population are living in the urban areas in Brazil. Urbanization is occurring very rapidly or very fastly in Brazil because 86% of total population are urban population. That means urbanization is increasing very fastly in Brazil. What are the reasons for that? Or most of urbanization we can see, or the urbanization we can see in the southeast and eastern part of Brazil. We learned that all the facilities are available there. Flat-lying area or the lowlands, moderate climate, availability of the water, soil fertility, trade and industries are flourished there because of these all reasons. So the urbanization is also flourished, or urbanization is occurring very fastly in the southeast and eastern part of the Brazil. If you are taking an example of Sao Paulo, it is very famous, and in that city, in that state, we can see the density of population or urbanization. So what is the reason? That place is too much good or opt for the cultivation of coffee, soil fertility is too much supportive, and the moderate climate, availability of the mineral resources and energy supply are the main reasons for the urbanization in Sao Paulo. And what happened? If you are observing the Brazil's map, the people or more population or distribution of population or the density of population we can see in the southeast and eastern part. So government wants to spread the population towards the west from the southeast or eastern part. Because of that, the government has taken a new policy that is known as Go West policy. What is that? That means the population, the government wants to spread the population from the eastern part of the country towards the west, and in order to reduce the imbalance. Which imbalance? Regional imbalance of the country. So for that purpose, government has introduced Go West policy, and because of that, we already learned in the last chapter. Before in Brazil, actually its first capital was Salvador, and later it changed into Rio de Janeiro, and later it changed into Brasilia. So because of that, if we are observing now in Brasilia, in that region, more population we can see in Brasilia. What is the reason? It become the capital city, or government made it as a capital city of the country, and because of that, a capital city means we know that automatically all the development started there, and first government offices offices were established and the officers started to settle near to that area, and transport and communication developed, then related to that industry spread, everything flourished in Brasilia. So now we can see it also become a populated city. Okay, so that was the main idea behind to introduce the Go West policy in Brazil. Now, we will study the map which is given in your textbook. So students, you can see the map of Brazil which shows the percentage of urban population. If you are observing that this map is an example for the Choropleth map. And if you are observing here, we can understand that. Please observe to the index which is given in this map. The states with 51 to 60 percentage of urban population we can see in Para and Maranhão, and state with the 61 to 70 percentage of urban population we can see Ceará and Bahia, and states with 71 to 80% of urban population we can see in the Acre and Rondônia, and state with 81 to 90% of urban population we can see in the places like Paraná and Santa Catarina, and state with 91 to 100% of urban population we can see in Sao Paulo and Rio de Janeiro. If you are comparing India and Brazil, the urban population is more in Brazil comparing India. So the geographical explanation. If you are observing the map, we can understand that urbanization has occurred more in the coastal states than the states in the interior of the country. States like Sao Paulo, Goiás, Minas Gerais have more urban population than states in the north. As population is less in Amazon basin and Brazilian highlands, urbanization is also less. In this part, Manas is a port on the confluence of the Negro and the Amazon. Urbanization has occurred here. If you are observing the Manas, we know that it lies in the northern part, then also it has more urban population, because in Manas we can see the natural port. So I hope all of you understood this well. So learn well and do this map activity in an outline map of Brazil. Okay, read the text well and learn well.